on my way to Feisty Bees here in Paragould to meet my wife and the CEO of the hospital because she won Employee of the Month. Whoa, no seatbelt. Anyway, so she got to pick a place to eat and she chose Feisty Bees here in town, which for you locals, if you've never eaten there, man, it's good food. Oh my, it's really good. They don't have a whole lot of a menu. I mean, it's more limited than most restaurants, but it's so good. They have something called the Kentucky Bourbon Burger that is just delicious. Very messy, but delicious. And it's not a franchise place, it's a mom and pop owned restaurant, which I know that appeals to a lot of people. But anyway, that's where I'm heading. And what I want to talk about today was, I think, one of the big misconceptions of owning and driving an electric vehicle. I've heard more than one person say, in different ways they've said this, for EVs to really take off, you're going to need charging stations every place you see gas stations. Which means in Paragould, I don't know, you'd have to have 40 or 50 charging stations if that's the case. You're going to need multiple charging stations at all these places now. There are gas stations, which, you know, gas stations don't really exist anymore. We're talking convenience stores and whatnot with fuel pumps, like the Come and Go. But the Come and Go, Casey's, all these other places, they think would have to install charging stations. But that's not true. I can understand someone thinking that as their initial thought process, but if you really think about it, I think you'll agree with me. How many fewer gas stations would there be if 90% of the homes had gas pumps installed in their garage, in their carports, on the side of their house? If it was possible for 90% of the people in Paragould to just take the fuel nozzle off the side of the wall on their house, put it in their tank and fill up their car, they'd still have to pay for it, but that's how you could do it if you wanted. How many fewer gas stations would there be? See, what I'm getting at is most people get almost all their charges at home. So yes, we need charging stations at places where people travel, but considering you get most people charge up at home, I don't think you need as many as what people think. But that's kind of what I think. You know, what do you think about it? Do you disagree with me or agree? Put it in the comment section. Let's talk about it. I think it could be an interesting conversation. But yeah, if everybody fueled up at home, their gas vehicles, then it'd be more convenient. They'd have a clean restroom to wash their hands in afterwards, which I must say, Casey's and Come and Go both do an incredible job of keeping their restrooms clean and their stores clean. Anytime I'm traveling, if I see one of those two, then that's where I want to stop. But that's what I think. I don't think we need as many charging stations as what people say, especially as more and more higher range vehicles come online, you know, are manufactured and are available to the masses without costing an arm and a leg. You know, I got into discussion about this with my cousin, and he agreed with me. They would mostly just be in places where people travel, on the interstate and whatnot, on highways. You know, but you would fill up your car before you left the house. And let's take the new Chevy Bolt, because these cars like the Spark with, you know, I can get about 70, 75 miles out of this pretty easy. That's not the future. That is not the future. The future is 250, 300, 400, or 500 mile range. So let's take the new Chevy Bolt, which can go 220 miles on the highway, or 230, somewhere around there. Now, you wouldn't want to push it that far. You wouldn't want to arrange your recharge points every 210, 220 miles. Probably 170, 180 miles. And a lot of people would say you fill up 100% at home, but then you only fill up to 80% on the road, because after 80%, it really starts charging a lot slower. Well, if you do 80%, then 230 miles all of a sudden becomes a 46 less, about 190 miles. So let's say you plan on doing that, you know, every 150, 160 miles. Then yeah, you're going to need a charging station every 150 or 160 miles when you're traveling. And it'll get to the point where you can do that in I think you can do it now probably with a level 3 charger in probably 20-30 minutes maybe. I don't have a maybe not, because it is a big battery. I know this car with the level 3, I heard you can fill it from 0 to 80% in about 20-25 minutes, but this has a smaller battery, so that needs to get faster, and it's going to get faster over time. You know, it's just a matter of time until it does. And it would, you know, a lot of people could eat, go get them something to eat while it's charging, but you don't want to stop for 30, 40, 45 minutes every 150, 160 miles. Most people don't want to anyway. So charging times do need to get faster, and we do need chargers along interstates and highways, but I don't think we need as many as what people think we do. And here we are at Feisty Bees. They look kind of busy. This is also a butcher shop, but anyway, if you're lucky like me and only have one leg, then you get to park up front. One of the many benefits of being crippled. Well, I was going to take a picture of my steak and I forgot to. Man, that thing looked big. It was huge. I got the ribeye. Very good. Once again, if you're in Paragould, come by Feisty Bees. Excellent place to eat. Anyway, that's my thinking. What do y'all think?